fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I am truly honored sharing this time and space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently around here, so with that in mind, if these messages happen to resonate, it would truly mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. It is a quick, easy, free way to support the channel. Today we are asking, what does your crush secretly think about you? I got this as a channel message, so there's obviously something that someone needs to hear in here for one of these readings, so we're just going to get with it. I'm going to be using the Talisman Oracle deck today to be choosing from. I haven't brought this out in a while, so let us go ahead and hop to your prayer and get this reading underway. All right. My beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come onto this reading, whether it's for the entire time or for a moment's time. You know, we ask these questions usually for entertainment purposes, but sometimes there are even deeper messages that come through in regards to these readings, so that we can realign and reassess where we're going, or so that we can confirm what it is that our intuition has been telling us, and know that it is okay for us to trust that part of ourselves. At times it's difficult because we're only feeling, we're sensing something. We're not necessarily seeing it with our eyes or with actions in front of us. And it's easy to doubt. So at this time I ask that you surround us with support and love, and remind us that we can truly trust in this process, and that we can truly trust that you are aligning everything with our highest good. Even if it's not what we want, it will always be exactly what we need. And that in that moment, as it is happening, it is as it's meant to be. As these words are spoken, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Aseh. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and get this out of the way over here. All right. Okay, so source, for my fellow humans, what talisman oracle cards are going to help us better understand what their crush secretly thinks of them? What does their crush secretly think of them? For my fellow human source, what does their crush secretly think of them? Okay, thank you. What does their crush secretly think of them, source? What does their crush secretly think of them? Thank you. All right, for pile number one, source, what does pile number one's crush secretly think about them? What does pile number one's crush secretly think about them, source? What talisman oracle card is going to help us better understand this? What their crush secretly thinks about them for pile number one. I feel like there's a little resistance here, pile one, a fear of what might be said. Remember, being open to the messages if they feel like they're resonating with you, right? It's good to be open to what it is, even if it's not exactly what we want to hear. We said that in the prayer. So there's something here for you, pile one, that's saying, like, if you're gonna hear something that you don't want to hear, but opening up to, is it something that you need to hear? Because sometimes we need to hear something about someone in our lives that we've been dedicating a lot of time and effort and energy to, and they haven't reciprocated, and it's not going to matter at the end of the day what we do. They're not going to come forward with it. Yeah, that's what they wanted you to hear. Okay, so, and that's okay, pile one. Like, there's no reason to beat yourself up. There's no reason to be upset about it. You know, if you're feeling hurt because of the situation, that's okay, right? Feel into that and allow yourself to move beyond that and let it go. You can absolutely do that. So for pile number 2, Source, what talisman oracle card is going to help us better understand what pile number 2's crush secretly thinks of them? Wow, right away. So, all right, for pile number 3, Source, what talisman oracle card is going to help us better understand what pile number 3's crush secretly thinks about them? Okay, thank you. Whoa. On the bottom, collective message, courage. So collective message, overall, your crush secretly thinks you're incredibly courageous. Like, you're brave, you're willing to do things that most people would be really afraid to do. You're also courageous in allowing yourself to be authentic. Wow, I was so thirsty. And that is something that, you know, as much as we want that to be a popular thing, right? Authenticity is not. It's not. It's rare for someone to be who they are at their core, because so many people are trying to fit in. I actually just saw a video that they're bringing up right now. I just saw a video not too long ago that was talking about that. Like, most people go out of their way to fit in, because when you stand out, you know, it's like the nail that stands out, you're going to get hammered, or the sore thumb that sticks out, you know? And at the same time, we were never designed as people to fit in everywhere into everybody's idea of what we need to be. So with this, your crush secretly thinks that you're very different. You are brave, and you talk about things that people don't normally talk about. Maybe they've had the privilege of having one of these conversations with you, and they see you as someone who is fierce and fearless and capable of conquering the world if you put your mind to it. They're also very intimidated by you because of these aspects. They themselves don't feel like they match that right now, that they themselves are struggling to express themselves and to see who they are at the core. They have gone out of their way to fit into society, and you've shown them a new way of being, and that inspires them and it motivates them, but they're still struggling to let go of outdated thinking and outdated beliefs and outdated ideas, that are identities that they have held on to for so long. So let's see what this says from the book, Courage. This card represents courage, will, and determination. It will be through dealing with a new set of obstacles that you will make your most significant leap forward. We learn little from times of ease. The peaceful moments in life reward us for the hard work we've done, but those easy times don't give us the opportunity to show our perseverance and strength of character. You have what it takes to see the situation through the end. Courage evolves, and it grows into compassion, patience, and forgiveness. Nevertheless, alongside the hard times in life, we can still see the joy and be present for all the goodness that comes our way. It says, I am strong. Yeah, so they see you as someone who's overcome incredible adversity, and yet you're still even more aligned and better and beautiful because of it. All right, let's set that out to the side here. Let me get these set up for you. Okay. All right, so for pile number 1, we do have the 7th house on this dice here for you to choose from. We have this beautiful piece of yellow citrine. For pile number 2, we have this dice with the 5th house on it. We have this bloodstone for you to choose from. Pile 3, we have this dice with the 4th house on it. Or we have this piece of grape agate. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the one for you. And I will see you over there. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 7th house on it, if you were drawn to this piece of yellow citrine, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on what does your crush secretly think about you. First, I want to say thank you to everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey here with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And we do things completely differently around here. So with that in mind, if the messages happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. Pile 1, 1 minute in, and it is 1:11 on my clock right now. And that is absolutely synchronistic. So we do have 11:11 being present here, which is walking through the portal, walking through the gateway. 11 is a very spiritual number. It is connected to the divine, and it's talking about raising our consciousness. I know we're asking what it is that your crush secretly thinks about you, but this was so telling. I was really tripped out when I turned and looked at the clock and I saw that it was 1:11. I was like, whoa, okay, and we're doing pile 1? Here we go. And it just turned 1 minute over on your timer. So very synchronistic. 111 might follow you everywhere. Let's hop to it. Let's find out what's going on, because I do feel like this is going to be a powerful message already. So, source for pile number 1. What does their crush secretly think about them? What would you like to share with us today, source? What does pile number 1's crush secretly think about them? Okay, so we've got the 4th house, we've got Mars energy, and we've got Cancer energy. Oh, so they're little... This is interesting. This kind of goes hand in hand with the collective message if you didn't check that out, but it's also different. But they're intimidated by you. You have such a larger than life energy about you, and you're willing to take on just about anything. Like, nothing is too hard for you to face. If you lived in a prior life, you were probably a warrior that was the first one to jump in at the sign of trouble, and people were always asking you, why do you run towards this problem? Why do you run into it? And it's because you're wanting to face things head on, but you're also so comforting. And they think that you are someone that is very welcoming and nurturing and caring. And even though you run headfirst into any issue, fear, or problem that arises, you're also someone that can take a step back and really embrace the moment as it is. And they appreciate that, and it makes them feel a sense of healing energy from it, coming from you. But it also helps them to feel at ease when they're in your presence or when they've been around you. If they're not around you right now, it's okay, but when they have been around you, there's a sense of ease, and that peace is something that is unmistakable. It's not something that they have received elsewhere, but they're also slightly intimidated by you because of how fearless you are and how you'll lead the revolution, right? Like you're like leading the rebellion, and you're very rebellious against nature, but part of that comes from having been stifled or having been oppressed in some way, shape, or form, and feeling like you had to fight for yourself. And I feel like they've seen you overcome some incredible obstacles, and you leave them speechless. And so they do think that you're someone who's incredibly strong, but also incredibly soft. So there's this element of having that really masculine energy while also having that beautiful divine feminine energy in a beautiful balance. So when you need to be in that active masculine energy, you are, but when you need to be in that receptive feminine energy, you are. And that is something they think is so unique and powerful. 4:44 on the clock. We've got the 4th house. Okay, let's... Come on. What is happening here? All right, Source. Thank you. We're going to grab some tarot. I'm going to be using my Wild Unknown Tarot today, because I felt like this was a good deck to bring forth through this. So, Source, what does pile number 1's crush secretly think about them? What would you like to share with us? Yeah, you help them to worry less about the mundane things, the things that really seemed like a big deal for them, but you have helped them see that that's not really that big of a deal, and so they feel like you're someone that is changing the world one person at a time. What does pile number 1's crush secretly think about them? The Father of Pentacles. You're so abundant. Wow. What does pile number 1's crush secretly think about them? Yeah, the Fool. We've got the Fool. Look, the Father of Wands. Wow. And the 7 of Wands. I wasn't going to do 7 cards, but it looks like that's just the way it's going to be. Definitely very masculine energy when necessary, right? With the Father of Pentacles and the Father of Wands. You have the King of Coins and the King of Wands here. And so there's this energy where it's like you're someone who's not to be trifled with. You're a force to be reckoned with. You're incredibly perseverant. You stand out. They think that, you know, with the Fool, yeah, they think that you're so brave, and you even might recklessly fall into situations, to new beginnings, and yet somehow it works out for you, and you're all the more confident because of it, and even all the more grounded because of it, and incredibly abundant. And it's interesting because, like, you even have this little, I guess this is a goose. I think, yeah, that's what it is. Little, is that what they're called? Goslings? Goslings? Gooselings? Goslings? I don't know. Little baby goose. I don't know what it's called right now. It's not coming to me. I think it is gosling, but I'm not sure. But it's like you're the little baby goose here. But you're also the viper. Right? Like, oh, I just want to cuddle, and I think that, like, they're going to be so gentle and kind and affectionate and sweet, and we can have this beautiful, you know, beginning and this, that, and but then they're also just slightly terrified of you, but not in a bad way, not like, oh my gosh, they're just, it's like you're out of their league, and they've got you definitely on this pedestal, and they think that you are someone whose confidence can never be swayed because you've built such a stable foundation, and you own who you are, and you're not afraid to own who you are. What was I saying? You're very authentic. We've got the 5 of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, so they've seen you overcome something very negative here, something very difficult. So this could have to do with work, a home situation, a life situation with friends. Just in general, they have seen you overcome something that was really, really difficult, and it was a breaking point for you, right? I'm getting this, the straw that broke the camel's back here. You see this knife that cut this worm in two. You know, and the interesting thing is you could cut worms in half. You could cut them into forests or whatever, and they'll still keep living. Like, it's kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how they feel. They think that you're, like, kind of creepy, but cool at the same time. And creepy because no one else that they've ever known has ever survived the hardships that you've survived or that you've gone through. And even if they don't know about it, there's something in your eye that tells them that, you know, you're not someone who is easily taken down. You're not someone who is easily walked over. And with the Five of Swords here, we see that you've overcome this negativity, right? You've overcome it and you've let it go. And it's no longer something that is weighing on your heart. It's something that, because you've healed from, you become a stronger person. I love that they think that you're this, you know, this fearless person who recklessly jumps into new beginnings. But you know, what is it? Fortune favors the brave. And that's what they think about you. That's why they think that you're so abundant, is because you're so brave. On the bottom, yeah, the Moon again. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. So they do think that you're someone who's incredibly nurturing, but you also take time and nurture and care for yourself. I love that. It's a very clear energy here. How does pile number one's crush think about them, Source? What do they think about pile number one? Whoa, okay. I guess you're gonna get two of these because it was trying to come out and it went sideways. So yeah, look, I can't make this stuff up. We've laid a solid foundation. That's what I was saying. Like with the King of Coins here, that's exactly what it's felt like, is that you built this very solid foundation in who you are. You're incredibly true to yourself, right? You're not worried about what is going on with everyone else or who everybody else is connecting with or what everyone else has got going on in their life. You know, it makes me think of, do you remember in The Lady and the Tramp when Lady has the muzzle and they sell it to, or well, they don't sell it, but they give it to the beaver, and the beaver's like, oh, this is great. Like, it'll help me get the work done in less, what is it, twice in less time, and in half the amount of time. And so that's what it makes me think about here. It's like they see you working very, very hard and you're getting twice the amount done in half the amount of time that most people do. And so I feel like for you, pile one, you might be thinking 11:01 on the clock. Interesting. You might be thinking that you're not really that far ahead in your life, or you're not going anywhere yet in your life, or that things seem very slow for you right now. But for them, what they're thinking is like, wow, they've gone so far in life. They've done so much. So they're seeing it from the outside looking in. They do think that you're incredibly strong and powerful and someone that has a lot to offer. What do they think about pile number one, Source? What would you like to share with us? Okay, thank you. Saboteur highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring into your life, and the shadows induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Yeah, so you've learned what you're afraid of, right? That becoming the fearless person in your life, the fearless leader of your life. You recognized where it was that you needed to heal, and you went that way. You took a chance. Take a chance on me. First time around. Take a chance on me. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, secret. I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't. Look at what flew out. The secret crush. Look, I love this. Admirer, attraction, suitor, and butterflies. Yeah, so they're definitely crushing on you too. Okay, they do have a crush on you too. There's unfinished business here though, okay? So it's not over patterns, back and forth baggage. This could mean that they're not able to come forward and say something because they've got something else going on in their life, but they do have feelings for you, okay? On the bottom, we've got, yeah, heartbreak and ex-lover. Wow. Memories of the past, old flame, nostalgic, and hurt, betrayal, grief, and disappointment. So they're going through something right now. Okay, that's very clear. They're experiencing heartbreak. They're experiencing hurt from a situation. But they do think that you are the bee's knees, if you will. What does pile number one's crush secretly think about them? Yeah, oh, I love this. Like, we've got love, unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection, attraction, and selflessness. They see you as the whole package, someone that would just bring so much into their life. But again, I can't come forward because I got too much going on right now. But they admire you from afar. This is someone who definitely keeps tabs on you, whether you know it or not. On the bottom, yeah, look at this. Camera and healing heart, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past and perception. So they do have a lot of fond memories with you, but they're healing their heart right now, healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, and abusive relationship. They've been through it. Aww. Poor your crush. Like, I feel like that's why they admire you so much, is because they're going through something really difficult and they're sitting there wondering, how the heck did pile number one overcome all those hardships in their life? Like, how did they do it? Because I feel like I'm falling apart. I feel like there's nothing more for me. But you're also the motivation, the inspiration for them. Love yourself first. Yeah, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So the fact that you love yourself is what is making you so attractive to this person. But also, we have, this could be the one underneath that. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Now, again, not getting so attached to this, right? We're not saying this to get too attached to, but they do feel like you're meant to be in their lives, and they appreciate that. Okay. A lot. They really appreciate you a lot. Yeah, Saturn. Ooh, yeah. Feel restricted, experiencing struggle, learn hard work and patience. So they think that you came into their lives at the darkest part of their lives, but you left them with something beautiful to hold on to. And so they know they have a lot to go through, and they know they have a lot to do, and they're working towards that. Be at peace. Okay, with Dove Spirit. Yeah, so they think that you're someone who's incredibly peaceful. Didn't I say that at the beginning? Like, there's a sense of healing that's coming, that's emanating from you. They've never felt that from anybody before, and that's something that brings a lot of peace into their soul. Wow. Yeah, look at this. Sometimes life stings. You know, and interesting with this unfinished business and Saturn, this could be them overcoming a breakup from an ex. You know, we had abusive relationship on the bottom underneath camera. We had heartbreak and ex coming in as well. So they went through it with an ex. Like, they're really letting go of someone that was very toxic for them. And you're, you know, what is it? You're the reason. What is that song? Is that by Hoobastank? The Reason? I think that's what it is. Check out the lyrics for that. The Reason by Hoobastank. That might hold a deeper meaning. I'm also getting the Lips of an Angel. Lips of an angel. It makes me weak. Lay down. Never wanna. I don't remember the lyrics, honestly, but it's coming through. Lips of the Angel. Yeah, okay. Oh no! No! What just happened, Pile 1? What just happened? We got the angel card! What? Oh my gosh! I was hearing the lips of an angel, and then it just came in so strong, and we've got the angel card coming out. They feel like you are an angel sent to save them, Pile 1. What? This is a trip. We have helping those in need with no expectation of return. And that's what they see. They see you giving love and light, and you never ask for anything in return. And we have acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance on the bottom on the shadow aspect. Yeah, so they see, wow, that was next level. Clock. They need time, exactly. Cycles takes time to heal and progressing. So they are moving forward, but it's just taking time right now. Ship. Look at this. Cutting ties and moving on. Receive what you need. Progression, progressing, progression, and arriving. So they are making movements in their lives to move forward. They're making progress. They're overcoming a lot, and you have helped them with that, whether you know that or not. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Yeah, I do feel like they're eventually going to come through and say something. Okay, when that's going to happen is going to be different per each person, but I do feel like this person will eventually come through and say something. Look at this, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Yeah, so they've never felt the way that they felt when they're with you, and it's memorable. You've definitely left an impression on them that will last a lifetime. And they want to build something around that energy that you bring and around the energy that they know that they can bring as well. Because I do feel like this is someone who offers a lot, but they just didn't know how much they could offer until they were given space to be who they are. And you gave that to them. So we're going to take a look at this card and read what it says. Good luck with the ladybug. Oh, I love this. How cute. So they think you're good luck. Yes, and that goes hand in hand with everything we've been talking about, how you have inspired them and motivated them and given them a reason, right? It says luck is with you and with everything you touch. This is a very positive card that indicates growth and increased potential. The currents are in your favor, and if you act upon your wishes, you will benefit greatly. It's up to you to channel this good fortune. The circles on the card form the number 8. 8 is an auspicious number and a symbol of new beginnings. Fate will take a strong hand and redirect your path in a very positive way. What you do after this shift is in your hands. I attract good luck. So this is, fate. It says fate will take a strong hand here. So Source is going to intervene in this and help push this person forward when the time is right. Okay, again, I'm not here to say it's tomorrow, it's next week, it's next year. It's different for everybody. So please take that into account, wherever they're at on their journey. But I do feel like Source is definitely going to come and play a part in this and say, okay, it's time for you to reach out to pile number 1 and tell them how you feel. And they're going to. Why? Because you've left such an impression on this person. They really do care about you, and they think that you are the next best thing to sliced bread. Literally, like, you are just a beautiful person. You offer so much goodness. You have a good heart, a good soul, a beautiful smile. And they just feel blessed and so lucky to have had the opportunity to meet you in this universe and in this time. What a beautiful reading. I loved this for you. So if you felt like this was your reading, pile number 1, leave the little angel wing emoji down below and say, I am the angel sent to bring good into this life for others to grow and to prosper. This is how I find contentment and fulfillment within myself. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It will have everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 5th house on it, if you were drawn to this bloodstone, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what does your crush secretly think of you. First, I want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey here with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together. And this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently around here. So with that in mind, if the messages do happen to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. Now, I was getting a channel message when I was getting ready for your pile tomb. And there's something here about narcissistic energy that's coming through, very manipulative energy coming through. Now, I don't know if this is your crush per se, or if this is something that you have been just recently overcome, or that they're recently overcoming, but it is an energy that is present for some reason, and it's wanting to be seen. Like, Source wants it to be seen. Of course the narcissist wants to be seen, but no, like, Source wants to bring it up because there's this energy where It's like this is something that you need to be aware of moving forward is what I'm hearing. So let's tap in. Let's not to the narcissist, but let's tap into your crush. Let's see kind of what's going on with them, because there might be something that's going on with them that you're unaware of, and that might affect what it is that they're thinking of you at this moment. Okay, not that that's a reflection of you, but there might be just other things that they're dealing with that it's difficult for them to really consider you at this time. Okay, so source for pile number 2, what does their crush secretly think of pile number 2? For my fellow humans on pile number 2, what does their crush secretly think of them, source? What would you like to share with us today? Okay, so we've got the second house, we've got Scorpio energy, and we've got Neptune. Yeah, there's someone, okay, here's the thing. I see what source is saying, and we'll get into how they think of you in just a minute, but there's an energy that's affecting their self-worth right now, and they don't feel worthy of coming forward and saying anything or even considering you as a potential option right now. They're very clouded, they're dealing with a lot of guilt, but there's a very controlling, possessive energy that's around them right now, okay? And this could be something that you might actually understand really well, like you might have dealt with this in your life as well. But right now, what source is saying is like there's a lot of instability and resistance to change. There's a fear that's coming up in regards to changing. They're not sure how to move forward from this situation because they're very emotionally attached. And it doesn't matter. We can sit here on the sidelines and say, just get over it. Just get over it. You deserve better. You deserve better. But if any of us have been in that situation at any one point in time, we understand that no matter how much someone tries to convince us that letting go is the best potential thing for us, we cannot let go until we are ourselves ready to let go. And right now, with Neptune next to Scorpio energy here, it does not feel like they are ready to let go. Rather, it feels like it's easier staying blinded by reality, or blinded by the illusion of reality, than it is to open up to the potential truth of what reality has in store. And so there's a lot of dark feelings right now. There's a lot of emotional upheaval that's going on for them. There's a lot of disconnection that's happening around them as well. And so this could be a connection that other people are trying to push for them as well. You know, I'm trying to root for this connection because I feel like this is the best possible option for you, but they're not seeing what's happening behind closed doors. I do feel like pile 2, your crush, feels like a fool right now. Like they feel absolutely stupid, and they're, you know, it's not that they are, it's just that they feel like that right now because they feel like they let a good thing go. They feel like they could have been focusing on energy elsewhere. They feel like they could have done anything except get involved with what they got involved with, but now they're here and it's like, well, I made the bed, I have to lay in it, and it's not a good feeling for them. It's not. Okay, so I do feel like you are an escape for them. That's what it feels like to me right now. Like you feel like an escape for them when it comes to their situation, but we'll see what comes out in the tarot, like how they feel about you. Or I'm sorry, what they secretly think about you. Talking about feelings right now, yeah, there's a definite sadness here. They're surrounded by a lot of negativity. There's a lot of changes that are happening too that are outside of their control. So it does feel like Source is forcing change in their life right now to help them find happiness. But this individual is very stubborn and they're very unmoving. So they could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy, or they could be a fixed energy, which would be Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo. All right, Source, what does pile number 2's crush secretly think about them? What does pile number 2's crush secretly think about them? Interference with family. Okay, thank you. What does pile number 2's crush secretly think about them? That you have more to offer than they have to give. What does pile number 2's crush secretly think about them? Source, what would you like to share with us today? Yeah. What does pile number 2's crush secretly think about them? You're this beautiful, beautiful energy in their life, this hope. But that you're also like, even though you're right there, you're still beyond reach. It's like I might reach out my hand, but there's still something that's blocking us. What does pile number 2's crush secretly think about pile number 2, Source? Thank you. On the bottom, we have the 6 of Wands. Yeah. You're just beyond reach. Right? Like, see the rainbow outside of the rain clouds here? Usually the 6 of Wands is a really auspicious card. Like, it's talking about victory and overcoming, building an ally with someone who you can truly, truly trust. There's a lot of energy that comes from the 6 of Wands, but with this image, it's very clear. It's like they're feeling like you're outside of their life, their realm, their ability to move forward and to ever connect with you. And they think that you're the starlight in the sky. Beautiful to look at, but impossible to reach. They think that, you know, like that, like you are covering your cup here, but you're covering your cup because you respect and admire and love yourself. And that puts you beyond reach for them because they don't know how to connect with someone who has respect for themselves, because they're struggling to have respect for themselves right now. And they do think that you offer a new beginning, but yeah, I'm not surprised that the 5 of Cups came out, because that's what I kept seeing when I was shuffling, was the 5 of Cups and the High Priestess or the Popess here. Now, the 5 of Cups in the Tarot Marseille does talk about networking, right? They feel like you have a ton of people around you, and they think that they don't stand a chance. Like, you're surrounded by all these smart, capable men or women or people, and how could they ever stand a chance against any of those individuals? People who have their lives together, people who know what they want. Because you know what you want. You have your life together, right? I'm sure. It's like, I'm sure most of you are like, no, that's not the case at all. But that's not how they see it, right? They're seeing it on the outside looking in. And from their point of view, you are this beautiful swan that deserves another swan in your life. And they're stuck out in the rain. And, you know, like, definitely, look, there's so much rain in all these cards, and we see not all the cards represent rain, right? You're very powerful. They think that you're very psychic. You're a very powerful person. You're very aware of the situation that's going on with them. You're also very aware that if they actually took a chance, that things might actually work out for them. But there's this fear that's running them right now. Look, oh my gosh. What? Didn't I say they felt like you're the star in the sky? And we have the star under here. Oh my goodness. This reading, this is how I know this is a channel message for sure needed to come out today, because the synchronicities in this reading have been off the charts, which they are in most of my readings, but next level on this one already. Okay? They're miserable without you in their lives, but they don't want to bring you down to their level, and they don't know how they could invite you into their lives without affecting you in this way. So they're constantly just battering, like bullying themselves, and there's someone else in their life that's bullying them as well, and they're really believing that they're a product of that and what they are in their environment. So whoever it is that's trying to control them right now has convinced them that they're not worthy of the type of love that you have to offer, that you have to give, and it hurts. And it hurts them, and when they think about you, it hurts, but they also think about you because you're this bright light in their life. And it's like, you know, while it might hurt, it's also something that gives me hope. But they're shrouded in darkness right now, and they're struggling. And so really there's not a lot that they're thinking about other than the fact that you're incredibly gifted. You're very psychic. You're very aware of what's going on. They feel like you already know what's happening in their life. We have the 7th house here, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnership. So they do think that you are, you know, spouse material for sure, but they also They also think that you know what's going on behind the walls, behind closed doors. So if they're with somebody, they think that you know about that and they haven't said anything to you, and you probably are aware. You're probably very clear about the energy that they're dealing with, or maybe you didn't know, and this is confirming some suspicions that you might have had. But we have Aries energy. They do think that you're very independent, passionate, brave, that you're fearless, you're a leader. You do things that are not by the book, and that is something they admire about you, right? That you're this new beginning, that you are the new beginning. There isn't something other than you. Like, they're not looking at other people and saying, oh, I could have a new beginning with them. No, they're looking at you and saying, I wish I could have a new beginning with pile number 2. I love this. Oh, this is so sweet. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. They think that you are so kind, that they've never met a person that is as kind as you, that even when things go awry, you still bow out with grace and compassion and kindness. We have love is all around, and they think that you're this loving person, right? Which mirrors the Queen of Cups energy that we got as well. This person that's full of compassion and open heart, right? Living with your heart on your sleeve. They just think that you're this beautiful light that came into their lives, and they, you know, it's almost like the Beauty and the Beast energy, right? Like, they think you're the beauty and they think they're the beast. And please, no genders attached to that by any means. It's just that's how they feel. They feel like they're the beast. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at this. We've got Vampire that flipped over. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force, and the shadows depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, or codependency. So they think that they're the vampire. But I feel like why Source was mentioning that there's a narcissistic energy here, it's not them. I don't feel like it's them. I really, really feel like this is someone that's in their life. Yeah, and the trickster. Whoa. Okay, so we've transcending convention, stiffiness, whatever stiffiness is, because we're gonna go there. Please, no dirty minds, because I heard it. Someone's like, I got it. Oh Lord. Okay, so stuffiness and predictable behavior, and then we have the shadow is manipulating others through duplicity. Yeah, so they're convinced. Your crush is convinced that they're the bad person. They're convinced. And they think, like, how could I ever come in and ruin this pure soul that I that I know in my life? And that's, they're just so convinced that they're the problem, that they're the ones that are the worst of the worst. And this is whoever's in their life this is the energy that they're mirroring right now. Because there's a narcissist in their life, or there's someone who's very manipulative, right? And we said that at the beginning, and we've got this energy coming out. And so there's this energy where they're dealing with someone who's like this while they're believing that they're the problem. But they're not the problem here. And in fact, for them to think that, like, overall, like, I don't want to ruin pile number 2, that shows just how much they're not in that energy, right? Because they're thinking about your well-being and your health and where you're at. Scribe, preserving knowledge and information. The shadow is altering facts by or plagiarize others' work. Oh, excuse me. So right now they're observing. Right now they're just observing. They're observing from a distance. They're looking to see what it is that you're experiencing, what it is that you're going through. They're observing from a distance because it's easier to see you from a distance than it is to see you up close. You might be a writer, you might be a blogger. Mystery. Yeah, you're unknown. They think that you're this enigma in their life. You're unknown. But that also exacerbates this illusion that they're seeing too, because it's like they're very fearful of the unknown, and you're the unknown incarnation, and that's very scary to them. So yeah, on the bottom, wow, look at this. We have intuition, gut feeling, psychic premonition, sixth sense. So they do think that you're incredibly psychic, And I can't make it up, but on the bottom of that, we have toxic relationship, fighting, codependent, misunderstanding, and trigger. Right now, they're in the midst of a toxic relationship. So there's nothing that they can do. There's no, like, they can't move forward with it. They just can't come out of that at this moment. This is someone who feels completely, they feel hopeless and helpless and useless and a burden, and they're scared. So we do have seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up, date, third party, and temptation. Okay, so they could have gotten seduced by someone who is a low vibrational energy. This could have been something that was very, you know, like it looked good and it tasted good when it was happening, and then they were snared by it. And once they were snared by it, they were stuck. Okay? But I also feel like this is coming out because they think that you're incredibly seductive. You are so sexy, and they have definitely thought about some, you know, naughty with you. We've got the sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelations, honor and protection, and determination. Yeah, so they're in this place of seeing you as who you are. They do see you as who you are, but they're also fighting a lot of their own internal feelings right now. And I do feel like Source is helping to bring them to this place of understanding who they are. Not just this where they're beating themselves up, but where they see their own potential and their own power, and they take action based on that. So we do have the snake. Look at this. We have the snake. Competition, an enemy, the other woman. Look over your shoulder. So they're dealing with the snake right now, okay? And this has caused separation between the two of you. Sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, an uncertain future, right? The unknown scares them. What's behind that? The runner. Okay, we've got some understanding here, right? Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting, and then coffee cup. They miss having these conversations with you. They ran away. They might have been overwhelmed by how they felt for you, and then they ran away from that. And then when they ran away from that, they got themselves stuck in a situation that is less than ideal. That is not very pretty, right? And that's rough. But that's life. Sometimes when we're running away from our feelings, we run into trouble. And we don't realize we're running right into trouble. We just run because that's what we do. What else? Source for pile number 2. This one here. On the bottom, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And then we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, so right now there's this energy where they're, ow. Sorry, I hit my foot. Yeah, they're not trusting the journey. Oh, okay, that's why that happened. They're not trusting the journey. And I hit my heel, which is funny because it's making me think of the Achilles heel. And that's the weakness. So this person that seduced them with their weakness, whatever their weakness is, okay? And when I say weakness, I'm not meaning that as a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, this could have been someone who played on their love of sex or their love of movies or their love of, like, whatever it was. This is someone, they're involved with a predator type energy, okay? This is someone who really observed this person for a long time and then use those observations to manipulate them. So they're in the place of releasing their ex, okay? Wedding, wow. See, marriage, forever, the one, and union. This could have been someone they got married to. That's what this could be referring to. But also this is referring to, they think about you and what it would be like to be married to you. What would it be to be with this kind person who's so beautiful and loving? Separation again. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. You guys are in separation right now. Okay, and I'm not here to put a label on it, okay? Like, we're trying to move away from labels because labels, they have a tendency to get us in trouble as well. So this is just someone you have a crush on. I'm not here to put that label on it. That, you know, if that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But they're just saying here, there's definitely, you're not in each other's lives right now, but it still hasn't stopped you from loving and caring about this person and still having a huge crush on them. Look, yeah. See, what did I say? I'm not here to put a label on it, but here Source says, oh, but let me. Levy, no, I feel like they're just saying this is someone you feel is a soulmate. Like, yes, this is your soulmate. They also feel like you're their soulmate. And I do feel like there's this energy where they're thinking about, why did I let pile 2 go? There feels like there was an opportunity for you two to actually build something at one point, right? Especially with on the snake separation and the runner energy on the bottom of the other deck out here. You know, there's this energy where it's like they had an opportunity, but they let a good thing go. And now they're dealing with, you could say it's backlash, but it's not. They're dealing with the fact that they didn't face themselves at the time that you were presented before them. And they had an opportunity to face those ugly bits of themselves, and they didn't, right? 22:22 on the clock. So let's take a look at your card. I'm going to read this from the book. Yeah, balanced emotions. They see you as a balanced, harmonious energy, and I do feel like this is someone who keeps tabs on you, whether you know it or not. They're definitely watching you, and they might be watching your media, your social media. They might be asking people about you. Like, you might have had someone come up and be like, hey, so-and-so asked about you. And you're like, really? What did they ask? And they're like, well, they just wanted to know how you were. And you're like, okay, that's random. Like, I haven't even thought about this, or I haven't even talked to this person in years. You probably think about them all the time, but, you know, it's just someone you don't really talk to a lot. It says, jellyfish are graceful creatures that trust the ocean currents to take them to their destination. Take a moment to evaluate this way you spend your energy. Sometimes we cannot see the grand picture and get caught up in the moment. If we are unable to see the lesson a situation is teaching us, we get entangled in our emotions and the need for control. Wow, we were talking about this. This person's dealing with a very controlling person. All right, hold on. It says, are you holding on too tightly to feelings that don't serve you well? It's easier to see the solution when you feel calmer. Find a peaceful place in your home or outside where you can spend some time allowing your emotions to exist without judgment. Take a breath, acknowledge them, and let go of those that no longer support you. So I'm gentle with my feelings. So this is with this Sword and Rose card as well, too. I feel like this is sort of saying, like, I'm showing them a moment in time where they have to face their feelings for you. What's going to come of that is going to be completely up to them. Right? Because they're a person with free will. They get to choose what they're going to do. But this person does think about you often, and they definitely think about you when things are getting really, really difficult. And they think like, wow, you know, pile number 2 was always so gentle with me. They were always so kind. They were never cruel to me, especially when they're dealing with this trickster vampire energy. They're just always, and I feel like it's unfortunate that they're comparing this person to you, but that's what they're doing because it's saving them in a way. Okay, it's saving them in a way, and it's also going to be the segue into them dealing and facing their emotions and how they truly feel about you. All right, so wow, this is what I see here for you, pile number 2. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the big wave emoji. Wow, we're gonna get there. Leave the big wave emoji down below and say, by owning and honoring the way that I feel, I give space to others to honor and acknowledge how they also feel. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It'll have everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very deep message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this dice with the 4th house on it, or if you were drawn to this grape agate, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on what does your crush secretly think about you. So with this, I just want to say quickly thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of the journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here on this channel. So with that being said, if the messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. So with that, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out, what does your crush secretly think about you? So source for pile number 3, what does their crush secretly think about them? What would you like to share with us today, source? What does their crush secretly think about them, source? What would you like to say? And it was interesting. I was getting a message that they feel like you're incredibly abundant and that you're like where happiness lies at. So they see you as a ray of sunshine and you're always happy and smiling. And even if you're not always happy and smiling, like you're just a ray of positivity in their life. And they think that you're just this very profound and deep person as well. Okay, so we've got the 8th house. Yeah, I'm not surprised here. We've got 8th house, Leo energy, and Jupiter. Yeah, I can't make that up. You're very abundant, right? You're very abundant, very positive, very, when we have Jupiter energy, it's very grateful, very giving, very generous, optimistic. Yeah, okay, so that's coming through. This reading has been so synchronistic. Source, I love you so much. Thank you so much. So honored to be the channel. Yeah, it's like Source is showing here that they think that you're a mystery for sure. Like there's a lot of you that's unknown. They're not sure quite how to take in everything or even what to ask for to get to know you deeper or better. But they see you as someone who's a leader and very playful and very abundant and kind of flirty. And they think that you're someone that would just be really a lot of fun to be around all the time. And now how they feel about you too, this could be that they see you as potential date material, but also maybe you're married to this person already, so that would make sense, right? You're married to your crush, but if not, I just feel like this person thinks that you are someone that's just, they feel very grateful that you're in their life because you help them see the brighter side, right? And they've struggled with that themselves. This is someone who is kind of pessimistic about things, and not that they're trying to be negative about things, it's just that they've never really seen things go their way. And for you, it's like, even if things don't go your way, you're still just optimistic that things are going to work out. It's like, well, okay, that didn't happen the way that I wanted it to, but that's okay. It'll happen for my highest good, and I'm cool with that. And you just allow things to go with the flow. And so they think that you're very fluid in life, and they think that you're a very free spirit, and they like that about you. They also think that there's something deeper to you than just being a free spirit. Like there's a reason why you are the way that you are. But I do feel like they don't really know exactly what that is. But they do think that there's a much deeper side to you, a much more profound side, a side that would leave people quite speechless getting to know that part of you. All right, let's see what comes through here. Yeah, you're very perseverant. You stand out. Source, what does pile number 3's crush secretly think about them? You're so inspirational. They like your mind. They like your fire too. They like how passionate you are about the things that you do in your life. So whether that's work, whether that is wow, okay, so we have so much Sagittarius energy coming in. Sagittarius. So you could have Sagittarius highly aspect in your chart, where this person is a Sagittarius, okay? Or has Sagittarius highly aspect in their chart. Yeah, so they think that you're just very passionate about life and that everything you touch turns to gold. And you're also incredibly balanced. You have this beautiful balanced energy about you that leaves them feeling refreshed every time they connect with you however they connect with you, whether that's in person, via internet, or even if they don't connect with you directly, just when they see you, they feel like you're this breath of fresh air for them, and that makes them feel really good. All right, what does pile number 3's crush secretly think about them, Source? This card kept coming out when I was getting ready for your reading, and I keep hearing, every time I hear the song, there's 3 little birds sitting on my doorstep. And 3 birds just flew by. What? There was 3 little female greckles that just flew. Okay. I'm getting so excited. I can't even talk. This is such a trip. Okay, seriously. Let me take a breath. Let me calm back down. Just sometimes channeling leaves me speechless too. So yeah, singing sweet songs, a melody's pure and strong, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry, be happy now. Something like that, right? So yeah, they're just saying, like, don't worry, be happy. Like, that's you. You're just, this is a happy-go-lucky person, and maybe you're not like super bubbly or anything like that, but it's just, you're so positive, and you always seem to know what to say in difficult situations, and that gives them hope. And they think that you are happiness. Like, when they see you, they think, oh, that's happiness, that's sunshine, that's what love is. Yeah, and that you're so profound. You have this very deep aspect to you, this wise part of yourself that not very many people know about, right? Look at that. Look at it making its appearance here. We've got the sun. I can't with you, pile 3. You're a ray of sunshine. I can't. Thank you, Source. I'm so excited right now. This reading has been really fun for me. Like, it's been so synchronistic and really fun, and I love that. And so thank you for allowing me to connect with you in this way, truly. All right, Source, what does pile number 3's crush secretly think about them? Ah, okay, we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, you give them also anxiety, and that's not to be bad. Like, it's just, you give them anxiety because they don't know how to approach you. Like, they don't know what to say to you. They don't know, like, oh my gosh, could I just say hi? Should I just say hello? Like, this is somebody who, when they think about connecting with you, they stand in the mirror and they rehearse a whole bunch of different times. You know, when you see, like, those nerds on movies and they're rehearsing in the mirror, and they're like, hello, hello. No, that's not. Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? And they like keep deepening their voice, and they do all these different inflections with their voice. Like, that's exactly what this person does. They think about you. They think about, how am I going to approach pile number 3? Like, what am I going to say to them? What am I going to do? But they are, it's because of these 2 energies here with the Hermit and the Sun. They're thinking that there's just so much to you, you know, like, you don't need anybody, but you give to everyone, and you're this leader, and people look up to you, and people are inspired by you, and it's like, who am I when everybody and their mom is so inspired by pile number 3? Like, who am I? And they're thinking that it's cool as long as I have pile number 3 in my life, even from a distance, like, I'm okay with that. But I feel like a part of them is not okay with that, and that's also what's exacerbating this anxiety in their life. But overall, they just feel like you're the light in the dark, and that you've given them hope to move forward again, and they think that life wouldn't be the same if they hadn't met you. Oh, yeah, we've got the 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they've been through it, and you came at just the right time when they needed something that was different than what everyone else had been giving to them. And I don't know why this is. I'm going to turn you just a tad bit here. Is that better? Yeah, okay, I think that's better. And they think that Yeah, they think that they're not good enough for you, like that they have to constantly change, or that there's something about themselves that they have to radically change. And with the Father of Swords, the truth, yeah. You're too wise for them. And too loving. Like, what do I have to offer someone who's already filled with so much wisdom and so much love and so capable of speaking the truth? Also, I feel like if you have posted anything online, you know, like where you're giving people your truth, if you're sharing your truth, you know, it could be a quote, it could just be something that you've mentioned or said, and it's like sometimes this cuts them really deep because it hits home for them. But I don't feel like you're ever personally posting something for them, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna post this so that I can hurt them or something. Like, you're not doing that. Like, you're just like, oh wow, that really resonates with me, like I'm gonna post that, right? Or I'm gonna share that. And it's because it resonates so deeply with you. It also resonates deeply with them, but it's resonating and it's poking at the shadow within them. And that also hurts, because it's like, well, if they really feel this way, what am I going to bring, or how am I going to show them that I'm worthy of love? And for you, I feel like you don't feel that way at all about them. You know, you have a crush on them. It's like, no, I would love them as they are, but they don't love themselves as they are. And so it's impossible for them to think that anybody could love them as they are now. So this could be a Scorpio, okay? Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Yeah, they are... Not only does this person think about you all the time, they obsess about you. This is someone who has followed you and has maybe even tried to connect with you using secret accounts. They're very secretive, but also I don't think that they're as savvy as they think they are. Okay, like I feel like you know that this person has tried to reach out to you through secret accounts, or has been spying on you, or has been watching you from a distance. Like, they're trying to make it seem like they're the best investigator and detective, but really they're just sticking out, and you notice it, and it's like, oh, it's like what this person's watching you from across the room and they can't take their eyes off of you, and you feel someone looking at you and you end up looking right at them, and then they like catch your eye and they're like, oh no, like looking away, like, oh wow, that was random, you know? But no, it's because this person is thinking they're more savvy than they are. And they think that they're getting away with watching you the way that they're watching you, but there's a lot going on. I feel like you expose them without exposing them, and that is hard for them because no one's ever done that to them. No one's ever resonated on a deep level like that with them, and it scares them deeply. All right. Yeah, trust in the magic. The difference, right? You stand out. We have the white raven spirit, and white ravens stand out. We have 66 here. It's like, for me, 6 is all about seeing yourself with eyes of unconditional love, balance, harmony, resolution, solutions. You know, it's this energy of coming into serenity, and they see you as the embodiment of that serenity. So they're thinking you're this beautiful creature in the world that if I don't feel like they think that they'd ruin you or anything. They just don't. There's like, why would pile number 3 ever even choose me? Embrace the in-between. Yeah, so they're stuck on this back and forth energy. This is someone who's a bit wishy-washy. They're also a bit flaky. This is someone who gives off flaky energy to me right now. So this would be someone who would reach out to you with the intent of talking to you, but then the minute that you said something to them, they would ghost you. And it's not with the intention of hurting you. It's just because they overthink how to approach you, and they get so stuck in their head that then they can't even say anything at all. And we have mediator here. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional lives. Respect for both sides of the argument. And then we have the shadow, negotiating with ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Yeah, so they see you, right? Again, this energy with the 10 of swords. That's what I was getting. It's like you're speaking the truth. Okay, you're seeing both sides. You see both the positive and the negative. but for some reason it hits them on a deep level and it's triggering them, and that trigger leaves them feeling like, not that they're the ones at fault, but like, whoa, you know, like if pile number 3 feels this way in real life, and I resonate so deeply with that, I'm that person, then, you know, how could I ever come into connection with pile number 3? We have traveled distance, boundaries far apart, and get away. So you could be at a distance from this person. This could be someone who is across the world from you. This could be someone who's in a different state, a different city, a different town. Addiction. Okay, we have toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, obsession. Yeah. So that's what I was feeling, that they're obsessed with you. They are obsessed. You're their addiction. And I feel like that's what they feel really bad about it too. Not that it's you, but how much they, you know, it's almost like stalker status, keeping an eye on you. And yet this person cannot come through and say something. They could be a Gemini is coming in as well. This could be a Gemini. You could be a Gemini. But it's interesting because it's like, this is someone who's very afraid of saying something, but is so inspired by you at the same time. Look at that. We've got fear, afraid, uneasy, suspicion, and scared. And then we have fated meeting underneath that, meant to be, destiny, predetermined encounter. So they do feel like they were fated to meet you, but their fear is overrunning them right now. Yeah, they're just very scared. This is someone who's very scared. And if you rejected them, like, their life would fall apart. They don't feel like they could handle that. So it's the fear of rejection here that's keeping them from saying anything. Because if you were to reject them, that would just be the end of the world for them. What else would you like to say here, Source? Thank you. One more. Passion. Yeah, insane chemistry. Sparks and having fun, equal interest and burning desire. And didn't I say that earlier? Like, they love how passionate you are about life, right? You're this free spirit. You're very open and wild and amazing, and they love that, and they're very drawn and attracted to you because of that. But this is someone who doesn't want to say that they're attracted to you. I feel like maybe you've told this person how you felt, and then this person just left you on red, and it was like, well, okay, at least I shot my shot, and nothing happened, and then you moved on. But you can't help but still feel something for this person. We have clock energy here on the bottom with needing time, cycles, and takes time to heal and progressing. So this person is going through some sort of cycle right now, and that's why they can't come forward to you. But I do feel like they do have feelings for you. Like, they do definitely know you exist. Pile 3, they do absolutely know that you exist. How does pile number 3's crush secretly think about them? And here's the thing, I feel this energy that they've been obsessed with you since the day that they met you, because the attraction was so insane. It was just so different, and it scared them. This could be someone who has a track record for ghosting people, but this is also someone who might have a track record for ghosting you. And it's kind of like, well, that's just this person, right? Like, of course I still have a crush on them, but, you know, whatever. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just, they're just saying this person has a track record of ghosting individuals. So you might have had conversations with this person, and then this person disappeared, and you didn't know. You were wondering, like, did they know that I like them or whatever? Do they know that I have a crush on them? And it's not actually about how you feel about them. It's about the fact that they immediately fell for you. And yeah, they're just really tripped out by it. Okay, on the bottom, we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present. Look, I can't make that up. We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah, so they're incredibly attracted to you, but right now they're forgiving and learning about themselves. And that's been a difficult journey for them, right? There's been a similar message in all three piles, and I just quickly want to mention, if you've watched all three piles with me, leave a purple heart down below. That's for my Purple Heart Club. And say I made it. I know what that means, and that just means a lot to me that you would spend the entire reading with me. But if for whatever reason you didn't, and you're watching pile 3 alone as a standalone reading, I want to say thank you. It means the world to me that you're here and I get to share this time with you. Without you, I would not exist, and so I want you to know how much I truly do appreciate you. So let's see, we've got Mars. Yeah, move forward and defend self. So they're in defense mode right now, and they think that that is a turnoff to you, and so why bother? Bully. Okay, they've dealt with a lot of bullies in their lives. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And we had fear coming out on the bottom of the deck. So right now they're being bullied by their fears. The shadow conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. I mean, this could have been someone who said something to you. I don't feel like they did, but again, they could have said something to you and you could have been like, wow, like, what the heck? But please, if they did say something to you, it wasn't personal. It was because they had a lot going on. Does that make it okay? No, and it's not excusing the fact that they may have said something to you. It's just saying that this is confirming that they had something else going on internally, and that could be why they lashed out. Separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, an uncertain future. Yeah, so this does feel like this is not something where you guys communicate very often or a lot, if at all. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bonds deepen. And this feels like confirmation to me that you're sharing something online, and when you share something online, this individual gets triggered by it, but they can't help but continue to follow you. They can't help but continue to see what it is that you're going to post. Because even though it's triggering them, there's still an element of healing. And so there's almost like it's an endorphin hit. And the addiction to your energy is very real. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay, so they could be going through a lot of financial loss, financial gain. This does feel like it could be a financial loss, though. This is really, it feels like it's more in this darker side. They're losing a lot. And that comes from this energy of they're not sure how to step up into their higher selves right now. They're very connected to the 3D realm, and they're holding on tooth and nail right now. Okay, so let's see what this card is. We're going to read this from the book. We have navigation. Wow. Okay. So they're definitely trying to navigate a lot, but what do they think of you? Let's see. It says it's time to tap into your innate navigation system and plan your trip. Okay, travel again coming out. Determine where you are headed and imagine the final destination where you see yourself at peace. After all, even the best GPS won't do you any good if you don't know the address. Determine where you are right now in life. Clarify your vision and check what attitudes will help you along the way. Forming a new healthy habit doesn't come easily, but you can prevail with a strong will and determination. This card can symbolize finding your calling and purpose in life, and it says, "This is my goal." Or state your goal in a very concise sentence, and it's on page 88, which is also synchronistic here. So karmic cycles coming to an end here, but I feel like they're seeing you navigate life with ease, and they think that you have this ability to maneuver around difficulties, and they're stuck where they're at. And that's why it's this addiction, because they're addicted to learning the truth from you. Whatever it is that you share, or however it is that you share, whether that's through the grapevine, through social media, some online presence, or a blog, or memos, an email, whatever it is, it's like whatever it is that you're sharing, you are helping them see a deeper side of themselves, and that's what they're addicted to, is the healing right now. And so that's why they're not coming through, because they're in the process of healing on a much deeper level, and it's uncomfortable for them right now. Okay, So this is what I see here for you, pile number 3. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little candle emoji down below and say, I am the light in the darkness because I choose to heal myself. And self-healing allows space for others to choose healing for themselves. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. It was pretty deep, it was pretty dark, but it was also still very honest about seeing you as the light. And I love that, right? Like, I love that energy that's coming through because I do feel inspired by you, even if they're feeling triggered by you. All right, so with that being said, until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.